Hey there, friend, and welcome back to Simply Bentley. We are in week 2 of Fresh Start February. If you are new here, welcome. I'm so glad to have you. And make sure to go back and watch Fresh Start February week 1, as this is a 4-week challenge that is going to help you create that kind of fresh new feeling that we generally reserve for things like New Year or back to school. But I wanted to give you the opportunity to do this in February because oftentimes we kind of lose our momentum by this time of the year, which sounds pretty crazy, but unfortunately that is the truth. Almost or over, I don't know. 80%-ish of people have already given up on their New Year's resolutions by now. So whether you needed a moment to process 2020 or you are just looking to keep up the good momentum, Fresh Start February is here for you. So week 2 is going to be all about creating better mindsets for yourself, doing things that are going to help you get in the frame of mind, feel that fresh new energy, and keep moving forward with whatever it is that you're wanting to do this year. For today, which is day 8 of the Fresh Start February challenge, we are going to do a little bit of journaling. And what I want you to journal on today is something that you are letting go of this year. I know that we have these big intentions at the beginning of the year and we're like, I am totally not doing that thing anymore, whatever that thing happens to be for you. And then somewhere along the way, sometimes those old habits can creep back in. So I want you to journal on what you're leaving behind, whether it's a mindset, a bad habit, whatever it is that you're leaving behind. Do some journaling about it. Remember why it's important to you and what you're going to gain from letting go of it this year. For day 9, this is one of my most favorite new energy practices, and that is to do a cord cutting or energy clearing guided meditation. I know sometimes we can hang on to a lot of old kind of yucky energy. It'll really benefit us if we can learn how to let that stuff go and kind of not just let it go as in push it aside, but to actually feel disconnected from any kind of negativity or stress or drama that we've been dealing with. Day 10 is going to be another journaling activity. And for this one, I want you to write about what would happen if your biggest dream for the year came true. Like, what would life be like? How would it be the same? How would it be different? Take some time to dig into that. What would it feel like for you? And it's important to do things in this order because until we let go of some of these bad habits, we may not necessarily be able to see our actual dream for the year come to fruition. So this is just a really important activity to make sure you're doing them in order so that way you have yourself set up on a good foundation. Day 11 is one sometimes people think is a little bit cheesy, but I think it is so important, and that is to make a vision board. Having images and words and ideas on like a visual representation helps, again, get inside your mind, create that reality for you so that you can look for ways to make that reality come true. For instance, one of my things that I would always visualize is sitting in a wonderful, like a beautiful padded desk chair. And so I actually did end up, as you can almost kind of sort of see, I did actually kind of scout this one out and I had my eye on it, and when it went on sale, you can bet I bought it. And that's just one more confirmation to my brain that in little ways and in big ways, my mind can create the reality around me. And you can create your vision board either by, like the old school way of cutting out of magazines and things like that. Or I even went on canva.com and just created a grid with a bunch of their stock photos, and I have it on my computer background. I have it hanging up in my office. I have it on my refrigerator. Get those images everywhere so that you can really start to visualize and envision yourself living the reality that you want. Day 12 for this week is to either choose, if you didn't, or recommit to, if you did, your word of the year. And I really love a word of the year because it helps you to just kind of have something to focus on. My word of the year, I've always been superstitious, so I never did used to tell people my word. But after last year, I was like, who cares? Last year my word was refine, which last year did feel a lot like fire, which is how things are refined. This year, I chose a much more gentle word, which is grow. So as I go throughout the year this year, every time that I choose something or choose not to do something, I can ask myself, is this going to help me grow in the ways that I want to grow? And so I think it's just really important to kind of keep that at the forefront of your mind. And it's something that you can also add to your vision board from the previous day. Day 13 is to evaluate your schedule and your upcoming obligations. So this one is very important and it can be a little tricky. Like if you feel like maybe right now you might be a little depressed or struggling with something, be very careful about this one because you don't want to, back out of or forego obligations that maybe you normally would enjoy. But at the same time, you really want to ask yourself, which of my obligations that I'm working with right now are actually ones that I want to have? And are they, again, helping me create the outcomes in my life that I really want? If that's not the case, or on the flip side, if you feel like something's missing that would help you towards that, just kind of evaluate your schedule and see how you can fit more or less of whatever it is that you need right now. And finally, day 14 of this week, which is day 14 of Fresh Start February, is to use the SPARK method to break down one of your big goals. If you aren't familiar with the SPARK method, I will link the video down below where I break it down for you. The SPARK method is basically my way of going over goals in a way that doesn't just start with action. It starts with your mindset. It starts with creating a proper environment for you to succeed in. So using the SPARK method to break down one of your goals, especially because day 14 is technically Sunday, I think that's a great day to just reset for the week. Even if you start super small with how you use it for the week, setting yourself up for success for the week and moving forward from there, I think it is an excellent opportunity to try something, to develop a way and a pattern of achieving things that fits for you. So that is week 2 of Fresh Start February. I hope that you will enjoy these activities. If you would like a printable checklist, I have a free printable checklist, which I will link down below. Then you'll also get all my mailings. I have a super exciting announcement coming in the next probably week or so that I cannot wait to share with you guys. Thank you so much for joining me. Don't forget to hit that like button. Leave me a comment down below if you did some of the activities from last week, how you're feeling, and if there's anything that I can help you with. It is so good to have you here. Hit the subscribe button so you don't miss anything for next week. And as someone reminded me last week, good vibes when you subscribe. So I will see you next week for week 3 of Fresh Start February. See you later, friend.